or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Manuel Udogu Zana Magrino Gidi. Join Martins on Political Views on Mondays 3 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM Ogidi.
Tinubu inherited a bankrupt economy as he revealed that CBN printed money illegally under Buhari. Good morning and welcome to Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifanchuku Ekesia. It is time for us to look into our political space to see the happenings as we talk about it to shape our polity. The Nigerian Diaspora Commission is warning against illegal immigration, what we know as Japa syndrome. Abike Dabiri of the NIDCOM visited the cold area of Canada where some Nigerians are suffering. There is also trouble in Rivers State. APC as the party, the executive, to set up a caretaker committee. A lot to talk about this morning, but let me bring you up to speed on the happenings. Sani's election as governors. Despite a rising inflation, Nigeria's economy grows by 2.54% in Q3. Tinubu approves yearly recruitment into police. Lawyers petition NJC over Kanu Guba appeal judgment. Enugu, excitement as peace returns after 2 years of unrest. Federal government to tackle petrol supply challenges through modular refineries. 2027, I won't run against Tinubu, says Wike. Tinubu resolves Ondo crisis. Ganduje parlays Jonathan, woos Wike to join APC. Lagos communities urge government to intensify fight against cultism. Rivers crisis, Wike hits Fubara. Now, details. Before we venture into the details, remember that you're listening to Political Views on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. You can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making rounds our political space this morning. Please stay with us.
That guy is Nwifuru.
Ebonadi 103.5 FM. Nabakuwa production.
police for vigilante.
Not my business.
When I will tell you, AJ radio drama, Erico. Any drama AJ radio drama, Erico, Ghana Dialogue every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. With broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, upon 103.5 FM.
If you move and finish your business,
Amara niile nwadịghị amụ ụbọchị m na-aga n'obodo ndị anụ atọ na ya na-erikọ n'anya nke kazikwu nke mụ na ana m ahụzikwu n'anya ma ọ bụla eziokwu
Ekwekwala ka akọlụ gị nke a akọlụ. The staff and management of Ebonadi 103.5 FM wishes to congratulate the Igwe in Council, the Ogidi Union Nigeria, Ndichie, and the entire Ogidi community of Idemili North Local Government, Anambra State, of the Ofala of His Royal Majesty, Igwe Pharmacist Alexander Ozodimma Onyido, Igwe Eze Chuamaga of Ogidi Kingdom. The Ebonadi 103.5 staff and management wishes to congratulate the entire Ogidi Kingdom and His Royal Majesty himself, Igwe Pharmacist Alexander Ozodimma Onyido, Igwe Eze Chuamaga of Ogidi Kingdom. Igwe Eze Chuamaga, we pray that God will grant you and the entire Ogidi Kingdom a successful Ofala celebration. We also welcome His Excellency, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR Odenibo, Executive Governor of Anambra State, to Ogidi Kingdom on this great Ofala celebration 2023. Long live Igwe Zetramara of Ogidi Kingdom. Long live Ogidi Kingdom. Long live Anambra State. Long live Nigeria.
Ogidi ekene munu afam bụ nwada Pen Miracle Oluobe Okeke abụmada Ogidi 2022-2023. Ana m ekene Igwe Alex Uzo Onyido on the occasion of his Ofala festival wee na-asị long live Ogidi Kingdom, long live Igwe Eze Chuamaya, long live Adogidi Beauty Pageant. Daalụ.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebonadi 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonadi 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Every Monday and Saturday, what are your political views? Keep a date.
You're welcome back to Political Views on Ebonadi 103.5 FM, and this morning we are looking into a couple of issues. on our political space this morning. The Nigerian Diaspora Commission is warning against illegal migration. Now, remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona, the 105 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Now, on to the first story we have for you this morning. Appeal Court upholds Abiodun, Oborevwori, Nwifuru, Sani's elections as governors. The Court of Appeal, Lagos Division, yesterday affirmed the election of Dapo Abiodun as Ogun State Governor, Sheriff Oborevwori as Delta State Governor, and Francis Nwifuru as the duly elected Ebonyi State Governor. Also, the Court of Appeal in Abuja declared Sani as the lawful winner of the March 18th governorship election in Kaduna State for Abiodun in a majority judgment delivered by the duo of Justices J.S. Ike and Muhammad Mustafa. The appellant court dismissed the appeal brought before it by the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Ladi Adebutu. The court held that the appeal by Adebutu lacked merit, as it found no substance in it, and subsequently dismissed it, affirming the earlier decision of the tribunal without cause. Oborevwori, the People's Democratic Party candidate, was declared winner of the Delta State governorship election by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) after securing 360,234 votes to defeat Uvie Omoagege of the All Progressive Congress (APC), who polled 240,229 votes to come second. The Delta State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Asaba had earlier in September 29 confirmed the election of Oborevwori as the duly elected governor of the state. It will be recalled that the Lagos Division of the Appeal Court on Monday, November 13th, reserved judgment in 3 separate appeals filed by Omoagege, candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Kenneth Wagi, and the Labour Party's Kennedy Pella, challenging Oborevwori's declaration as the governor of the state. In its judgment, the appellate court upheld Oborevwori's victory. In its reaction, the state PDP congratulated the governor on his victory. For Nwifuru, the 3-member panel, presided over by Justice Juma Sankey, in its unanimous decision, dismissed the appeal filed by Chukwuma Odi of the PDP. The panel also resolved all the 5 issues raised against the appellant, dismissing the appeal for lacking in merit. Justice Sankey, in her lead judgment, held that the PDP and its candidate lacked the legal rights to meddle in the internal affairs of the APC. In the Kaduna State governorship election, Justice Obitobara Owupela Daniel Kalio, who read judgments of the Court of Appeal on the main and the cross appeal, also reversed the order of the tribunal on the INEC to conduct supplementary elections in 22 polling units in 4 local councils in the male appeal. Justice Daniel Kalio resolved that all the 5 formulated issues by the PDP and its candidate in the 2023 election, Muhammad Issa Ashiru, in the cross appeal filed by the APC, which challenged the declaration of the election inconclusive, the Court of Appeal resolved the 3 formulated issues in favor of the party and vacated the declaration of the tribunal. Meanwhile, the Court of Appeal has overturned the judgment of election tribunal and that affirmed the election of the Speaker of Bauchi House of Assembly, Abubakar Suleiman, representing Ningi Central Constituency. While delivering judgment in Abuja yesterday, it ordered rerun in 10 polling units of the constituency. Still on the stories making rounds at political space this morning on Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM with Martin Ifa and Shuku Ekezie. Despite rising inflation, Nigeria's economy grows by 2.54% in Q3. Despite rising inflation in the country, which as at October was 26.72%, Nigeria's economy grew by 2.54% in the 3rd quarter of this year. This is higher compared to the 2.51% growth in Q2 and the 2.25% in the same period last year. The National Bureau of Statistics in its third quarter 2023 GDP report released yesterday said the gross domestic product GDP growth of 2.54% year-on-year in real terms in Q3 2023 was driven mainly by the service sector, which recorded a growth of 3.99% and they contributed 52.70% to the aggregate GDP. It said the agriculture sector grew by 1.30%, and from the growth of the 1.34% recorded in the third quarters of 2023, and that the growth of the industry sector was 0.46%, an improvement from 88.00% recorded in Q3 of 2022. In terms of share of the GDP, agriculture and the industry sectors contributed less to the aggregate GDP in Q3 compared to the third quarter of 2022. The report said the poor performance of agriculture and industry sectors can be attributed to insecurity, which has forced many farmers to abandon their farms, and the rising inflation, which has forced many manufacturing firms to shut down or scale down their production because of the high cost of production. According to the MBS, the nominal GDP for Q3 2023 stood at 60.66 trillion naira, while the real GDP was 19.44 trillion naira. Nominal GDP and the real GDP both quantify the total value of all the goods produced in a country in a year. However, real GDP is adjusted for inflation, while nominal GDP is not. The next story we have for you this morning: Tinubu approves yearly recruitment into police. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved yearly recruitment into the Nigerian Police Force. The Inspector General of Police, IGDP, Kayode Ebetokun, has disclosed this. According to him, is to improve and cushion the visible manpower shortage in the force. Meanwhile, retired Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mike Okiro, has stated that the much talk of police, Mr. Mike Okiro, has stated that the much addressing officers and men of the Kwara State Police Command in Ilorin during a one-day official visit yesterday. Ebetokun lamented that one policeman does the job of two policemen concurrently, noting that the increase in the manpower would be gradual. He stated that Tinubu has given approval for yearly recruitment into the force. He stated, we are paying attention to manpower. I know there is a shortage of manpower in the command. I know the stress that I had gone through while serving as Commissioner of Police and making while serving as Commissioner of Police, making sure that the job is done. I know one policeman does job of two policemen. A policeman would close from night duty and resume for morning duty, and as he is closing from morning duty, he is resuming for night duty, and when he does off in public, his photograph is taken and posted to ridicule him. I'm aware of all of this. We are making efforts to increase our strength. The president has recently given approval for yearly recruitment in police. That's the way forward. We need to double the strength of the police in the country. We cannot do it overnight, but gradually we will get there. We will also emphasize training to achieve a professional, competent police force. Lawyers petition NJC over Kanu Guba appeal judgment. Some legal practitioners under the auspices of judiciary watchdogs have called on the National Judicial Commission, NJC, to investigate the circumstances surrounding the conflicting appeal court ruling on the Kanu State governorship election. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, the spokesperson of the group, Emmanuel Abada, said Emmanuel Agada, said the judiciary has become an object of ridicule and a tool in the hands of the politicians. They recall that the court had sacked Governor Abba Yusuf and declared the All Progressive Congress APC candidate Nasiru Gawuna as the winner of the poll, but a certified true copy CTC of the judgment emerged last week, Wednesday, affirming Yusuf as the winner of the election. Agada lamented this that some persons were desperate to remove Yusuf, even at the expense of the will and aspiration of an overwhelming majority of Kanu citizens. He, however, urged the Supreme Court to come to the rescue of the legal profession in Nigeria by thoroughly dealing with all the appeals arising from the 2023 electoral contest, particularly that of Kanu and Plateau states. The statement added, the greatest of all the scandals that trailed the ruling in the Kanu State Goba appeal was the conflicting conclusions that were contained in the 72-page judgment of the Court of Appeal panel that sat over the case. While we have already written a letter to the Nigerian Judiciary Commission to investigate the circumstances surrounding the conflicting conclusions, we wish to also use the platform to express our displeasure as lawyers on how the new law, such action, have dragged the bench. And the next story we have for you, Enugu excitement as peace returns after 2 years of unrest. There was excitement as Imufu community in Iweze, North Local Government Council of Enugu State, celebrated the end of insecurity in the area with the launch of their own security outfit, Neighborhood Watch. Government and security officials, community leaders, two Catholic priests, the Oyishi eldest man, Imufu, and the Umuitodo, Ago Obeta, Nweze, the traditional rulers, Remigius, attack the traditional ruler, Remigius attack the president of the town union, Lawrence Mama, the neighborhood watch commander for Enugu North Senatorial District, Anselm Udo, the divisional police officer DPO for Iweze North, CSP Simon Ako, the Umuadas, daughters of the community, and many other dignitaries attended the epoch-making event. The community had witnessed insecurity following the establishment of a camp by criminals who harassed, kidnapped, as well as maimed and killed indigenous people of the area and visitors. However, members of the Nigerian military killed about 7 of them, while others escaped with bullet wounds about 2 months ago. In a bid to strengthen the internal security of the community, many members of the town union, including those at home and the diaspora, contributed money with which they bought about 10 motorcycles and other security gadgets for the use of those selected from all the families in the area who were trained by the police and other security agencies to protect the residents with the assistance of the police. Federal government to tackle petrol supply challenges through modular refineries. Minister. The Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Henneken Lopobri, has said that the federal government is determined to address the many problems associated with the premium motor spirits PMS through ensuring effective modular refineries across the country. Lopobri stated this while on a visit to Watersmith's Petrol Modular Refinery at Ibiwe community in Ohaji, Eboma, Council of Imo State. The minister said they are focused on ensuring sufficient supply of refined petroleum products for consumption, noting that in line with his duty, he had told all 3 national refineries to evaluate their stage of rehabilitation. Addressing newsmen after a facility tour on the modular refinery, Wubugdi noted that the shortest way to tackle the issues of short supply of PMS is ensuring effective refineries. As the Minister of State for Petroleum, my responsibility is to ensure that we have sufficient supplies of refined petroleum products for the consumption of Nigerians. And since I took charge, we have visited the refineries, and that is why I go around all the refineries in Port Harcourt, Kaduna Refinery, Warri Refinery. The easiest way to address our refinery problems is modular refineries. The success story you see here also had the components of Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board in collaboration with others, and as a government we will do the one we can do. The biggest challenge of modular refineries was fed stock and access to funding, and we are addressing these problems. That is why Bank of Industries and NCDMB are also here to take this collaboration to the next level. But I want to say that that's not enough for us to give those who have modular refineries license money. We need to identify those who have proven records of success, because some people will take the money and divert it. But here we are physically seeing functional ones, and we have also seen the expansion of what is going on. So we will do whatever we can to support them. 2027, I won't run against Tinubu, says Wike. Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, yesterday declared that he would not contest against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election. Wike reiterated his commitment to the success of the Tinubu administration, even as he explained that the quest for justice was the main reason he and 4 other governors, otherwise known as G5 governors, supported Tinubu's presidential ambition. According to the minister, good character should never be compromised on the altar of politics. Speaking with journalists in Abuja, he pointed out that having worked for the emergence of Tinubu as president and having been made minister of FCT, nothing would make him contest against the president in 2027. Tinubu made me the FCT minister, and I won't allow anybody to crumble our political structure. No. Tinubu made me minister. People don't understand. I have character. What will happen in 2027? I stood and I said, I'm not going to support injustice. I was threatened that they would do this and that to me. They tried many options, including using major generals, he disclosed. Asked for an update on his face-off with Governor Simi Fubara of Rivers State. Wike, who initially said he didn't want to talk about the matter, declared, give a man power and money. That is when you will know the person. If you have not given a man power and money, don't say you know the person. He may be your friend, he may be your son, sister, or mother, or father. I don't want to go into that. He lamented that Fubara could seek to destroy the structure which produced him as governor just within 3 months of his emergence as governor. In 3 months, it is sad for someone to scatter a political structure that supported and brought you up. You know what is painful. All these allegations, I smile. Who and who sat with him? In all your doings, be grateful in your life, no matter the circumstances. Nobody who is a gentleman and a politician will support this kind of thing. He stared. Still on the happenings on our political space this morning, Tinubu resolves Ondo crisis. The warring sides in the Ondo state political crisis Friday night agreed to shift their swords and reunite, even as the state deputy, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, agreed to close ranks with his boss, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. This followed President Bola Tinubu's intervention in the political crisis, which has seen actors from both sides making moves at undoing either Governor Akeredolu, who has reportedly been away from his desk for some time, or impeached Deputy Governor Abiodun. Earlier yesterday, there were suggestions that Ondo State House of Assembly might declare the Ayedatiwa as the acting governor. It was gathered that the Ondo State House of Assembly had been divided, with 11 lawmakers in support of Ayedatiwa. Sources said the 11 lawmakers were reached out to by some forces outside Ondo State. A sitting of the lawmakers scheduled for yesterday was said to have been pushed by the 11 lawmakers. one of the alongside the 11 lawmakers to declare Governor Akeredolu incapacitated and declare Ayedatiwa governor. President Bola Tinubu yesterday waded into the feud between Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu and Ayedatiwa. Speaker of the Assembly, Oladiji Olamide, had earlier confirmed a meeting with President Tinubu, saying that the outcome of the meeting would determine the next line of action. Speaker Oladiji said the Friday's plenary was to declare Ayedatiwa as the acting governor and not to declare Akeredolu as incapacitated. Our sitting was to declare Ayedatiwa as acting governor. The governor is still alive, he stated. Ganduje Palace Jonathan, who's weaker to join APC. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, has met with former President Goodluck Jonathan at his residence in Abuja. The palais, held behind the closed doors, may not be unconnected with the ongoing moves by Ganduje to rally support for the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. This was as Ganduje inaugurated the 7-member caretaker committee of the Rivers State chapter of the party, led by Chief Tony Okocha. Ganduje, who decried the crisis that rocked the Rivers State chapter of the party, charged members of the caretaker committee to restore orderliness, recruit new members, and reposition the party. He said, "We expect you to provide the enabling environment so that Congress guard yourself." Communities urge government to intensify fight against cultism. Of Lagos have called on the state government to tackle the menace, whilst the police announced the apprehension of cult gang leaders within a few months since the declaration. Residents in areas such as Ibamiti, another resident in Isolo, and Atan areas of Ogun State, also areas notorious for cultism activities. It would be said the activities of cultists in the state have been brought to the barest minimum due to the centralized efforts of Police Commissioner Idowu Owu Abunwa. With the winners of Kogi and Imo State elections, and we are looking into